Aaron Black, who's been one of the real revelations for North Melbourne this year, has been good enough to join us. Good morning to you, Aaron.
Hey guys, how you going?
Mate, good. Drafted in 2009, your first game in 2011, one game that year, 3 games in 2012, suddenly 13 this year, and you've kicked 28 goals. Did a penny drop, or did you do something different, or did your body allow you to have a run at it? What's been the reason for you finding your feet now?
I think it was probably in my first year. Obviously, I had OP, so I was injured a fair bit. And my first game that they pretty much gifted me a game was the last game of the year in 2011, just to get a taste for it, really. And I think it was just the continuity of just training all the time. And I've got 2 pre-seasons under my belt now, whereas my first 2 seasons I hadn't had any. So I think the biggest thing for me was just to work on my fitness, and I've been able to do that.
Aaron, good morning to you. It's Tim here. Do you feel like you're over that hump now? Do you actually go from week to week believing that you're going to be in the side?
Yeah, I guess it all depends on how you go on the weekend. I still in the back of my mind, if I don't perform well, then you worry that you might get dropped. But yeah, I guess first it's a bit more comfortable now that I've played I think 13 games in a row now, whereas the first 5 or 6 weeks you're always thinking, oh gee, I've got to perform this week, or I could be out. So yeah, hopefully I can continue to play my role for the team and stay in there.
You must have thought, Aaron, that you see so many guys around the 6'3", 6'4" mark at North Melbourne. Did you ever doubt that you could break in through past them to get a gig?
Yeah, I mean, especially at the end of last year when Drew, Taz, and Lockie were playing up for them. They played so well at the end of last year. Obviously, big focus for me pre-season was to try and break in there, and I wasn't in there round 1, so I was kind of thinking to myself like, oh, I'm never going to get a crack in there, and fortunately for me, it come through injury, whereas so I was lucky to get through that way, and I've held my spot, so hopefully I can continue to do that.
Now, just reading one of the questions here.
I don't go with them too early, mate. No, that's the fast 5. Don't go with that too early, for goodness sake. That's
right.
the Watson.
Oh, is that Watson's?
Don't you tread on his
Gee, sorry,
mate.
Timmy. Sorry, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron, there's been a big change at your club during the week. Andrew Swallow's out for 12 months now, and Drew Petrie stepped in as the stand-in skipper there. Has he started to exert his influence yet in the short time that he's been the new boss?
He's walking around with his chest puffed out a fair bit this week. So, Drew, he's really good. Obviously, I work pretty closely with him in the forward line, and it's really shattering that Andrew's out for the rest of the year. But I guess in saying that, it gives Drew and Zeeble a chance to step up and take the leadership role. And they do that quite regularly anyway at trainings and on game day. So I think they'll be able to handle it quite well. What
loss will the skipper be in terms of what he produces out there on the field?
Yeah, well, I guess he's probably one of the hardest blokes at it in and under midfield. I was reading somewhere that he's laid something like 100 more tackles than anyone else in the comp for the last 5 years. So obviously, the boys in midfield have to step up, and I guess they say the spirit and all that. Like, he's a real good on-field leader, and he really does lead by example.
Having a look at the ladder, Aaron, you guys where you sit now, I'm quite sure you'll say we win every game, will still be a mini chance. Logic says you're not going to make it now, and players are riddled with logic when they really sit down and think to themselves. What do you hope to get out of the rest of this year? Yeah,
well, I guess, towards the beginning of the season, we've matched it with teams, so we just got to keep going out with that intensity, and we've got nothing to lose now, so hopefully every week go out, give it everything we've got, and hopefully if we can win every game, that'd be fantastic. And like I say, we've got nothing to lose, so we're just going to go out there and play the best footy that we can.
How aggressive is Brad Scott? We saw them play. You see Chris Scott every time there's a decision that goes against him and his cats. He goes to punch the desk, which is he just does it 30 times a game. What's Brad like? Does he get that tense?
He does get a bit like that. I've seen a few highlights and that of him in the box, and you hear a few stories and a couple of other players who sometimes sit in the box. But he's usually pretty calm. So he hasn't really given us. He's given us a spray a few times, but when he does, you know that you've done something wrong.
Aaron, can you tell them apart?
I've only ever seen them together maybe once or twice, and we trained with Geelong at the beginning of the year. But I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Fast five for you, mate. Your favourite pre-game meal?
Pasta, veal pasta.
Okay, we hear you love crab claw. Is that right?
Yeah, I experienced it once in Thailand. It was unforgettable.
Okay. You kept bringing it up, apparently. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay. Who checks the scoreboard the most to admire their work on the replay during the games?
Oh, I'm going to go with Aaron Mullet.
Which of your teammates is most likely to go and become the Prime Minister of the country?
Definitely not Lockie Hansen.
Right.
Anyone but Lockie.
Yeah.
What, just a little bit dull, is he?
He's just a funny bloke, Lockie.
Few too
Okay.
many knocks to the head, mate.
You go on and
Yeah,
become a
yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
Now, if you weren't playing footy, Aaron, what would you be doing?
I'd be working in Bunbury with my parents as a carpet layer.
Okay. Well,
There you
you've
go.
chosen the right profession. Now, I know the answer to this question before I ask it. The stingiest teammate at your club. Make sure you get it right.
Yeah, Boomer.
Yay!
He is just in a class of his own, Brent Harvey.
Nobody at North Melbourne, Aaron, has ever hesitated.
Hey, North Melbourne's teamed up with Green Aid in the fight against poverty too, by the way. Head to greenaidrelief.org for more details. Hey, mate, good luck tomorrow night. You owe these blokes one after what happened earlier in the season. We wish you all the very
We owe
best.
'em.
Yeah, we do. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Good
On
on
you,
you,
Aaron.
Aaron Black from the Kangaroos. Mate, they're 9 goals up.
Yeah, we owe them.
We owe 'em.